gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, the announcement of the top 100 Asian stars in UK tech for 2015. No list would be complete without a little drama. We've had tears and tantrums, and that's just from the judges. The selection of the list led one of the judges to describe it as one of the hardest things she's ever done. And each and every judge commented on how difficult the selection was. I won't explain the judging criteria because it is all printed in this brochure, which you will have a copy to take home with you when you leave. And you'll also be glad to know that I don't intend to read out each and every name like a classroom register. But I did want to explain two things, because that's what I've been asked about. Firstly, the question of why a list of Asian stars in the tech sector. As Dilip Joshi mentioned earlier at the start, this exercise for us is really about raising the visibility of the Asian community. And as curator of the list and as the founder of the South Asian lifestyle website redhotcurry.com, really the two things I know best are the tech sector and Asians. So that's why we have a list of Asian stars. And secondly, what if your name is not on the list? Please don't go home and weep into your cocoa or your gin and tonic. Because really, to quote Bruce Forsyth, you're all my favorites, and you are indeed all stars in this room. The purpose of the list was really to open a dialogue. A dialogue between each and every one of us, but also a dialogue between the Asian community and the wider mainstream. So this is only the beginning, not the end. It is the beginning, so work with us, tell us about your business, tell us about what you're doing, and don't forget that there's always next year. So what I'm going to now announce is basically the top 5 in each of the following categories: digital influencers, including social marketers and technologists; investors, top 5 investors, including accelerators, angel investors, venture capitalists, and incubators; the top 5 social entrepreneurs, the top 5 startups, and top 5 women. I would like to first, though, thank my judges, Rob Chapman, Patrick Imbach, Shivi Jervis, Dilip Joshi, Neeta Patel and Sarah Turner for their amazing support in this selection process. And I would particularly like to thank the KPMG High Growth Technology Group, Kathy Yu, Sonia Chu and Brendan Martin for their helpful advice and support. So moving on to the top 5 digital influencers. These are the people we felt really deserve the recognition. So firstly, we have, of course, one of the original tech pioneers, Ajaz Ahmed, founder of AKQA, which is a digital agency set up in 1994. It is now part of WPP, the world's largest communications group. And as a global business, AKQA last year won the Queen's Award for Enterprise for Innovation. We also have Azim Azhar, evangelist for Brandwatch Peer Index. He's a very appropriate person to be on the list, as he is one of the digital pioneers of the concept of influence marketing in the UK. And of course, no list would be complete without James Khan, chairman of Startup Loans. We know and love him as a former dragon in BBC Dragon's Den, and of course he is an entrepreneur himself and lately chairman of the Startup Loans company. And I'm delighted that Dame Zareen Karas is also a huge digital influencer. We send her our congratulations. She was made a dame in the Queen's birthday honours list announced on Saturday. And finally, Dr. Pathik Pathak, Director of Social Enterprise at the University of Southampton. Moving on to the top 5 investors. We have firstly Suranga Chandratilaka, General Partner at Balderton Capital, and Sonali Diraika, Partner at Excel Partners. We also have Samir Desai, co-founder of this Funding Circle. The Funding Circle since 2010 has lent more than $800 million to over 6,000 small businesses globally. Also delighted to include Bindi Karia, Vice President of Silicon Valley Bank. She has devoted much of her career in and around the startup ecosystem. And finally, Sitar Telly, Managing Partner at Connect Ventures. Moving on to social entrepreneurs, I'm delighted to announce that our first shortlisted nominee is Adil Abrar, founder of Mastered. He is a serial social entrepreneur. He's also the co-founder of VC-backed company or VC-backed app called Buddy. Our second nominee is Shalini Kemkar, founder and CEO of E2 Exchange, which was formed in 2011 with the mission to create the UK's largest leading organisation supporting entrepreneurs. Our third nominee is Guy Fernando. Most people would probably know him. He is the founder of Freeformers, but he's also the founder of the Deep Group, which invests in tech, social media and social enterprises. Our fourth nominee is Priya Lakhani, founder of Century Tech. And Century Tech is actually a startup hoping to use data mining techniques to provide personalized learning to students. And of course, our final nominee in the top 5 social entrepreneurs is Rohan Silva. Formerly Downing Street's wildest thinker, he's described by many as the man behind Tech City. Rohan raised £4 million to set up Second Home, a 25,000 square feet workspace for tech innovators in Shoreditch. Moving on to the startups now, and this is a really eclectic collection. I'm delighted it's an eclectic collection. Our first nominee is Suren Gunatilaka, who is the CEO of Bodymetrics, a company that was founded out of body scanning research at UCL London, where he was a PhD student. Our second nominee is Darshan Sangrajkar, founder of Superbeing Labs, which is and he also runs State of Ambition, which is a social enterprise empowering young people. Our third entrepreneur is Nikhil Shah, and I don't know if he's here. Are you here, Nikhil? Well, welcome. I'm delighted you could join us. I say that because we have a very strange picture of you there. And Hina and I were discussing, does this person exist? Nikhil, congratulations, you are our nominee. He is a co-founder of Mixcloud, which is a leader in on-demand radio and mix hosting, reaching 10 million people in a month. By day, he is an entrepreneur, and by night, he is a club night DJ under the guise of Sketchy. So... Our fourth nominee is in the business-to-business sector, Anil Stocker, CEO and co-founder of Market Invoice. Market Invoice is one of Europe's largest peer-to-peer finance providers with more than £380 million worth of invoices trading on their platform. And our fifth nominee is here, Srini Sundaram. He is here somewhere, I'd seen him. Well done, congratulations. Srini is very interesting. He's a co-founder of Air, and I must say I spent a long time trying to work out how this works, but as I understand it, Air is an alternative credit scoring model. And Srini has a very deep expertise in alternate credit scoring and risk management models, which makes him one of the leading authorities on the European scene. So I think you need to talk to KPMG afterwards, I think. Moving on to the women, I'm very, very glad to say we've come to the last category, but we have already heard about 3 of our women nominees in other categories, which I think is a testament to their skills and abilities. But we chose this as a specific category because we wanted to recognize and honor the amazing strides that Asian women are making in the tech sector, despite the lack of access to funding that Shivi referred to, or even the networks, which is one of the things we are trying to work on. Our first nominee is Bindi Karia, Vice President of Silicon Valley Bank, as you previously heard. But she's also an active mentor and supporter of some of London's top incubators, including Seed Camp, Techstars, Wayra, JLab, Microsoft Ventures, and Level 39. Our next nominee is Dame Zareen Karas, CEO of JustGiving.com, she's a very interesting lady. She said she didn't set up her business to make money, although interestingly, it makes a very nice profit. She actually set up JustGiving.com to democratize fundraising and technology for charities, and the endeavors won her the RSA's Albert Medal in 2009. Our third nominee is Priya Lakhani, founder of Century Tech, and another social entrepreneur, serial social entrepreneur. She had previously founded Masala Masala, which was a food company. She's an ambitious and creative individual, and apart from her business ventures, she's also found time to write a series of children's books. Our fourth nominee is Anjali Ramachandran, Head of Innovation at PhD UK. We were expecting her. Is Anjali here at all? But anyway, I will move on and say that she is the executive lead of Omnicom's innovation group, but she's also the founder of Ada's List, an online forum for women in tech, and board advisor for women-led startups. And our final nominee is Reshma Sohoni, partner and co-founder at Seed Camp. Seed Camp is an accelerator helping startups grow from prototype to IPO with funding and support. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the top 5 in 5 categories. I hope that you enjoy reading about them in the brochure, which will be available. But before we end, we thought we couldn't leave without actually acknowledging the original tech pioneers. So we are presenting a Chairman's Award, and because we're Asian, of course, we would like to present an award. And can I invite our chairman, Dilip Joshi, to tell you more about the award?